In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast. Wrecked him.
Damn near killed him.
I know, right? That was crazy. Hi, buddy.
Hey.
What you doing?
No, not much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was, I don't remember a lot of it because I drank a lot of.
You said you put in some work.
Yeah, 4-9 said their annual 3-day annual party. And so I went Friday night and Saturday night and
Yeah.
had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What'd you get into, John? Saw you did some barbecuing.
I did on Sunday. I don't remember what I did Friday. Saturday, I went to Houston. And I got to give a nice little send-off to the boys from Skeleton Crew Sailing.
Yeah.
They're about to start a global race.
Yeah.
So they're going to go sail around the world.
Sounds
They're going to be
exhausting.
gone for a year.
Yeah. I don't remember who I talked to from them.
We had him on the show. His name was Mark.
No, the other guy.
Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah. That was his name.
Yep. Taylor
Yeah.
Grieger.
Yeah. They have a long road ahead of them.
It'll be pretty cool. So they got a 51-foot monohull sailboat that they're sailing. They actually they take off, I think, tomorrow. They sail around Florida to North Carolina. Then they go up to New Hampshire. Then they cross the Atlantic to the UK. They hang out there for about a month, and then the race starts from the UK.
I hope they're careful of the icebergs.
They're not going that far north.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I don't know, man. If you look at where the Titanic is, it's not that far north.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right.
I always thought it was like up in the Arctic.
No.
It's not
no,
at all.
Not at all.
It's like North Sea.
So I
Like,
fucking
it's like where motherfuckers go sword fishing out
I
of
made it.
Gloucester.
2 seconds. Yes.
Nice.
I fucking saw this documentary over this weekend. I wouldn't really let me rephrase. It wasn't a documentary. It's a piece of information that I saw.
Okay.
That was this conspiracy theory about the Titanic.
Go on.
Okay.
I'm interested.
So I think the Titanic, and Justin double check this on me. I think the Titanic sunk in 1913.
That sounds right.
Okay.
1912.
No, that's when it was built. Or is that when it sunk?
Well, it wasn't.
No, that was it. 1912. Okay, so when did the U.S. Federal Reserve start? I think that's 1913, 1914, somewhere in there.
1913.
1913, the year later.
Okay.
Okay, so hear me out. There was this dude, and I can't remember his
Yeah.
name because I didn't pay a lot of attention to this. There was this dude that
I've seen that
literally
one.
owned 40% of all the mortgages in the United States. There was no Federal Reserve Bank to back anything. This dude owned almost a majority of all the mortgages in the United States.
Was he on the
Stupid
Titanic?
fucking rich. He was.
And he died?
He did. Along with a whole bunch of other really rich fucks that went on this as a social thing. The Rothschilds were supposed to be on it, but somehow disembarked right before it left.
I got one question to ask Justin.
Yep.
When was the torpedo invented?
Let
me look it up. Let's see.
1866. That's
Oh,
way before
we're
that.
definitely
They
wrong.
had, they had 50 years to perfect that fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But it didn't need to be a torpedo. It could have been a charge on the inside.
Yeah, it could have been a depth charge or anything.
Explosives on the inside of the ship.
Yeah.
You know, all you got to do is create a leak.
I guarantee you they didn't have like TSA level security. Not that that really matters shit.
They didn't have that until 2002.
Yeah. Right. They started that right around October.
You know what?
1.
You know what? Let's dive.
But-
let's dive down this. Theory.
So they got rid of that dude that owned 40% of all the mortgages. He perished when the ship went down. And then a year later, the Rothschilds were part of the creation of the Federal Reserve because that's what they fucking do. That's what their family's done forever.
So I wonder who called them and was like, "You need to get off that boat."
You know who lived?
No, I
You know
guarantee
who-
you, they set it fucking up.
You know who?
And they're like,
you know who?
that dude owns everything.
I don't know, John. You know who did live? Is that bitch Rose?
There was-
I want to know how the fuck Rose is involved in this.
There was room for two on that fucking
right.
debris, man, on that door.
Oh yeah,
There was room for two.
What a
There was
bitch.
room for like you and me to snuggle on that motherfucker.
All of us could have fit.
Yeah.
We could
How
have.
many can fit? One more, motherfucker. It's
Yeah.
cold in this water.
The more the merrier. We'll
I don't
get
give a
warm
shit
that
if I have
way.
to stand.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, that's so that was very interesting.
That is interesting. Huh. Well, that would be a bombshell and a half, wouldn't it?
You got no way to prove it.
There's
though.
no way to prove that.
You got no way to prove it because there's no way to figure out the records were so loose back then that
Yeah. So you say they were on the ship and then they disembarked?
so supposedly they were ticketed for that voyage, but they clearly were not on the ship.
Right.
Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like this is one of the largest, most popular events of the who is who of fucking everybody in the world.
Yeah.
The maiden voyage of the largest ship ever produced. Why, like if you're ticketed, you're supposed to be there. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Why are you, out of everybody else that was there,
Yeah.
the ones that didn't go on it? And then coincidentally,
You know
a year
why?
later,
You know why? Because Jack won the fucking ticket. They were in a poker game. Fucking Jack won the ticket. Well, he had to get it from somebody. I'm just saying, my limited knowledge of the Titanic here. I'm coming up with theories.
We know.
the limited knowledge of the Titanic is Jack and Rose.
Yeah, well, yeah. But then Rose had to get rid of Jack because that motherfucker knew where he got the ticket. Right?
Maybe she was in on it.
I know she was in on it. She lived.
Those are fictional characters, man.
No, say it ain't so. What about the drawing?
like a French girl? That was just some random French chick.
Oh, come on now. Rose was real. I saw the interview.
Yeah. The old lady, she pulled it off.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
an interesting theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to circle back on the whole thing, the dude that owned 40% of all the mortgages, who essentially could have continued doing whatever he wanted to do. He had all the money. He had all the pull, for lack of better words. Influence.
Yeah.
So
Overnight was gone.
would you have finished paying your mortgage at that point?
Fuck no.
No, somebody else would have bought it. It would just like
Yeah,
anything else
probably.
nowadays.
It'd have been like a debt collector.
No,
The Rothschilds probably bought those mortgages.
The Federal fucking Reserve, guys.
Yeah.
What do you think? It started a year later. So everything, all that was taken over by them, and all that interest is now compounding for the Federal Reserve instead of one dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you buy
Makes
a
sense.
$250,000 house, by the time you pay it off, you're paying over $250,000 in interest.
Well, people often don't realize that the Federal Reserve is a private institution too. Like it's privately owned. Like it's not.
Who owns it?
Yeah, because it's not a government organization. I don't believe, unless I'm stupid. I don't know. That's a possibility too. It's not owned by anyone. It serves
Of
the
course, the
nation's
Federal
central
Reserve
bank.
Board is the one that posted the fact that they're not owned by anyone.
Yeah,
So who sits on the board of the Federal Reserve?
Well, it says right there, they're
stock is owned by banks, never by individuals. Well,
Okay.
individuals own
So
banks,
who-
though, man.
Who founded the Federal Reserve?
Yeah.
I think that's a better way to put it.
And then my next question is:
he signed it.
he signed the Reserve Act.
Yeah. What are the 6 people who created the Federal Reserve? Come on, give me a Rothschild in there.
Yeah, see, I
Give me
think
somebody.
this is getting shot to hell right now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I liked it more when it was an inside job.
Right?
Yeah,
It was way cooler.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to that.
still think it's Jared.
This is why you only read headlines, boys.
Dave, what are you up to? Filling in for Jazz over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Did some stuff around the house. Got got into a cleaning spree and decided that I have still got entirely too much shit.
Yeah.
So
How do you have shit? How do you have too much shit?
I
Like, are you a pack rat? Like, are you a hoarder?
no, I think what it was instead of doing like the small apartment to larger apartment to house thing, I started in a house and then went to a 2-bedroom apartment, then a 1-bedroom apartment, and now I'm living in 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
So I realized I was like, I looked at shit and I'm like, I've not touched this or anything other than to move it in the last year. So goodbye.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with a lot of shit too. We went through, Haley and I went through the kitchen.
Bro, you should have started in the garage.
The garage is coming. So my garage door is broken right now, currently.
Oh no.
Yeah. So like that's
means you actually have to utilize the front door.
Yeah. Which is fucking interesting. But just because and it's our own fault, man, because we've used our garage door as our fucking entrance and exit forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's my own fucking fault. But yeah, I got to clear out the garage before I can have it fixed, man, because right now it's not even accessible.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, I can't lift the fucking garage door. So it's like,
you know, there's a little red thing you pull, and then it.
There's a safety release on that.
Yeah, thank you, fucking guys. All right,
trying to help.
It's under fucking tension on the sides, so like you have to like loosen that tension to do it in order to pull it up. So, fuck.
That's how it broke.
No, it broke because the big spring in the middle went sting.
Yeah.
That's how it broke. But in order to get it fixed, I got to clear out a spot. So I am slowly making my way there. But we started in the kitchen because I got a new air fryer. I bought the Ninja one that I wanted.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I found it online, or I found it on I found it at Walmart.
The wide one, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I found it at Walmart. It was on sale for like $120. And I was like, fucking take my money. Like, shit. And it folds up like underneath your fucking stuff. So it goes like flat against the wall.
Really?
On your counter. Yeah. So it's kind of it's fucking huge. It's like this goddamn wide, man. Like it's big, but yeah. Made wings in it yesterday though. It works.
Nice.
Works really well. But we noticed that it was just like, we have a lot of kitchen gadgets.
Yeah.
Like I had a toaster oven that I bought in 29 Palms fucking years ago when I was like CAX, and I was like, she's like, Haley was giving me shit about it. She's like, this needs to go. It's fucking old. And I'm like, this thing's fucking awesome and still works great. Like, she's like, you haven't touched it in like 2 years. And I'm like, and I picked it up and I put it in a bag that we're taking to Goodwill. And she's like, I'm proud of you. It's like, thank you. I think it's really hard for me because I am a bit of a pack rat.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm not quite the hoarder status, but I'm definitely a pack rat.
I don't think it's really like pack rat or hoarder. I think you just lose track of how much shit you accumulate over the years.
It is a lot.
You stop and you actually start to look around and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
So I was just reading this article because it had conspiracy theory shit about the Titanic. And it was pretty funny because it brought up that one and a couple others because I guess there's multiples that I didn't
I'm
know
sure there
existed. But the sign off, the last paragraph of this article reminded me of something else I saw over this weekend. The last paragraph says, there's also a lot of chatter about the idea that the Titanic shouldn't have sunk just because it hit an iceberg. A sort of jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams for the early 20th century. Right? So conspiracy theorists that are out there, if jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams or concrete and isn't a catalyst for the Twin Towers falling. Did you guys see that bridge that collapsed
over on I-95?
Yeah.
Because a fuel truck caught on fire underneath it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It might not need to melt concrete, but if the concrete and or the steel is affected structurally by the heat.
Yeah.
One does not work without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
and that wasn't even jet fuel.
When you heat steel, what happens?
Right there, the highway collapse.
Yeah. When you heat steel, what happens?
It gets soft.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you heat concrete, what happens? It gets brittle.
breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It breaks.
When you undermine the structural integrity of an item, it tends to fail.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. Like, can you imagine, like, because it's like peak vacation season and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not like just some road. That's
Right.
I-95.
Yeah.
That's like the main vein of the East Coast right there, man. And that's between New York and Philly.
Can you imagine
'Cause
if
it's
you
in
call
North-
if you call 911 and you say, "Hey, there's a fuel truck on fire underneath this bridge," and there isn't like a huge, massive response to it, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just let it burn." Oh shit, the bridge collapsed.
Oh, it's Philly.
But still,
I'm not
I
even-
think
I'm not
that
even
They
surprised.
probably don't have the good old frontage roads to go around it either.
They don't. They
Yeah.
don't. And they were too busy, probably like, greasing up the poles of their fucking city for the next time they lose a football game.
Or World Series.
Or World Series.
or any sporting
or
event.
anything, yeah. Or it's a Tuesday and they're just Philly trash. So like,
Valid.
I do like fucking people from Philly though. They're a good fucking time, man.
You like fucking people from Philly.
Oh, yeah, I
Hey,
used to.
you forgot a word in there.
Yeah. I like them.
Eh.
They're a good time.
Boys, we got to pay the bills real quick.
yeah.
right, Mikey.
I'm rusty.
Yeah, brought to you by Warfighter Tobacco Studios. Use that
Nope,
code.
That's not right at all. God, you're fucking
Fair
it
enough.
up, and you work here. Jesus, fuck,
Yeah.
Dave.
I work for the company. I fill in on the podcast, fucker.
So it's coming at you not even fucking close to live from the Warfighter Tobacco Studios because it's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet 15% off. wellness.us for all those CBD treats and needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll score you a quarter off that order. And of course, IC Tech coolers for those who get it. Go over to ictech.com. Use that code FreedomFriends10. They'll get you 10% off. And you can check out our affiliate link with Grill Your Ass Off. Go to grillyourassoff.com/FreedomFriendsPodcast. Yeah, you get a little discount. We get a little cheddar on the back end. It's all good. So bills are paid. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. I didn't forget.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
So Sunday I did do some barbecue.
Yeah. What'd you
Yes.
make? It looked good.
So I did a gringo version of carnitas.
Yeah.
So I got a boneless pork butt, which is the gringo part.
Yeah.
Um,
Because it's a shoulder.
the right way to do it is the bone in, but
Yeah.
it was cheaper and I didn't have to pay for a bone. So, and the flavor is fucking great. So I don't even care. All
Right.
you haters, fuck off. So I did, I braised it and then I cooked it in a Dutch oven on the smoker for like 3.5 hours.
It looked good as fuck, man.
And Jesus fucking
Oh, yeah.
Christ. And we made some homemade mac and cheese. And originally it's supposed to be tacos with mac and cheese as a side. And then it ended up being mac and cheese carnitas tacos.
Oh, perfect.
And they were
Yes.
fucking gold. It's so good.
You're not saying anything wrong right now.
I know, right?
Like, there's nothing wrong. Did
Yeah.
you ever try them shotgun shells?
I ate all of them.
They don't reheat that great.
Not really.
No.
But they still tasted good.
They tasted good, but
Yeah.
they were much better
Yeah.
when they were fresh.
day of.
Yeah. Actually, I was down in Laredo today. I had to be on the morning news at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was on there with this barbecue team that's doing some stuff for Hero Sports. They have a barbecue class coming up on the 24th down in Laredo. And what it is they're essentially it's this team that's volunteering their time to teach veterans and service members how to grill or smoke or prepare fucking
Okay.
you pick like 2 proteins and that's what you make, right? Type of thing. So when I went back for the afternoon thing, one of the guys from the barbecue team had gone home from the morning show, grabbed 2 freaking pork loins, butterflied them out, put jalapeno cream cheese in them, wrapped them in bacon, smoked them and grilled them, and brought them back in. And bro, remember, it's the last thing that I've eaten as I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Phenomenal. I was like, bro. And he's like, yeah, these are good. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fucking do this. Like, this is happening, man. Like, I'd add a few things, maybe tweak a little bit, throw a little grill your ass off fucking seasoning and sauces on there. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
right on.
I didn't go off any recipe for it. I just fucking grabbed shit that I thought was going to work. Because I've done carnitas before. But they were very basic. And so I wanted to add a little bit. And it definitely worked.
Yes, it did.
Well, that's fun. I I had a real, I guess, dog shit start to my weekend.
Yeah.
Because if you're listening to last week's show, you guys will know that Dave was sitting in my chair because I wasn't here. I had to go out to Colorado for the Justin Gaethje Hero Sports Golf Tournament, which was real fun. It was a good time. Good times had by all. Huge shout out to Gaethje. Justin's a fucking great dude and a huge supporter of Hero Sports and of veterans, and just a great, very humble, good guy. And I'm pulling for him against Dustin Poirier, which is hard because I like both of those fighters, man. They're both really fucking good.
When is that fight?
It's in July.
Okay.
But it is. What is that? I think it's UFC 294. I think.
Sure.
I don't know. I know that it's the it's Gaethje Poirier 2, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure which one it is. Oh,
No,
294 hasn't even been decided yet.
it's not 294.
But
then.
I do, yeah, I know he is fighting Dustin Poirier, which is going to be a fucking battle. Those,
Well, that's why they're going for the BMF. It's the bad motherfucker title.
That's a fucking valid title between those two. Because
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje, that man can take fucking punches.
Well, bro, to quote Joe Rogan, he is the most violent man in the most violent sport on the planet.
100%.
That's what he said about Justin Gaethje,
Yeah.
and which is weird because when you meet him, this was my first time meeting Justin. But when you meet him, he is the chillest, sweetest dude ever,
Yeah.
man. He's such a good kid. Like his mom is the matriarch. She runs shit.
Yeah.
She's the sweetheart. I fucking adore his mother. She's great. His dad, funny as fuck. Same personality as Gaethje. Same personality as his son.
Really?
Yeah. They're fucking hilarious, man. Like,
Are you
it was very cool.
Are you going to be around San Antonio for the fight?
I think so.
Because that might be a good Hero Sports Cigar Lounge fight night.
Ooh, that might be. That might be. Well, I know that Barker is going to the fight.
Right.
So yeah, we might be able to make something like that happen.
I think it's 290.
290.
Man, we have no luck with John's mic.
It's time to buy new cables.
Is that
Yeah.
better? No.
Nope.
Fuck.
Give us 1 second, folks. We're going to
Yep.
fix some technical issues real fast.
All right. So we're
Hey,
talking
sorry about
about talking about the fights.
Yeah,
Talking about
so
the
I think
fights.
I think it's UFC 290 is
290.
I think because 289 just happened. Amanda Nunez retired or whatever.
That was a good fight.
Um,
Nunez really dominated,
yeah.
but that other chick took a fucking beating.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
took a hardcore
my
beating.
God.
Dude, Amanda Nunez is a fucking
She's a beast.
certified
Yeah.
bad motherfucker,
Yeah.
though, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it 290? Yeah.
291.
291. Excuse me.
And these next couple cards are fucking stacked.
yeah.
A bunch of people are saying that it's because Francis Ngannou just went to another fighting organization, and Dana was like, bet, pulling out all the big guns for these next few cards.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and that's the whole reason that there is a BMF belt, right? Because it's a catch weight, or it's not a fucking championship belt.
Yeah.
It's just a bad motherfucker belt. And they did it because in these guys' contracts, if they fucking perform at a certain level and have a certain record, they have to have a belt fight. They have to have those championship rules. So he had to make up a fucking championship. And that's basically what he did. It's a brilliant fucking business plan. A lot of people don't like it. I say fuck them. I say it's fun. Like,
if it's producing fights like this, I'm all about it.
hell yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Absolutely. So,
Not
but,
only that, on the backside, it's generating money.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Well,
they make fucking money.
a lot of people think that these fighters are, like bankrolling. It's not like the funding isn't like boxing.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
not fighting $100-200 million fights.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now, it's changed a lot recently since the whole Conor McGregor. I don't know.
Well,
years.
he got paid because he was a fucking showman, right?
Well, but he hyped it up.
Yeah.
And
Like,
by-
He
yeah.
brought eyes.
He
And-
sold tickets.
And by
Yeah.
him doing that, it helped grow the sport.
The fucking shithead. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But like these guys are getting paid a lot more now than they'd be getting paid, 10 years ago prior to all that happening.
Oh, absolutely.
And if this is for a BMF belt, whatever you want to call it, it's still championship money level.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I was talking to Barker about Justin before I had met him. I was like, how fucking fat is his house? I'm just assuming that it's awesome. He's like, no. He's like, it's like a fucking single story rancher, like 3-bedroom. got a basement. He games in his basement, has a treadmill. It's like he's got like a dining room, no furniture in it. You know, he's like, he just lives real humble.
It would
you know?
be awesome if his treadmill had like clothes laying over it and shit too.
If he wasn't
just hanging on the rails on the
Like,
side.
like all of our treadmills.
Dude, so he's balls deep in camp right now, right? So he's not drinking or fucking around or anything, right? So he's in that mindset. And we went and watched it. Like right when we got there, I flew into Denver on Monday. I flew in on Monday, and right when we got there, like literally, Barker and I were on the same flight.
Yeah.
We flew in. Matt Norris picked us up at the airport with Daniel Delgado, and then all four of us went straight to the Fight Club and watched him train. Right now, UFC is following him with cameras right now because they're doing like the fucking prelim fight stuff, you know, and they're following him around during the camp and everything. Dude, he's a fucking animal. That dude is a fucking manimal, man. Like I sat there and watched him fucking just do, and he's on like Tabata rounds where he's like doing like this fucking kind of punching for a while. Then he'll switch over to heavy bag. Then he'll go over here to speed, and then he'll go over to like, and then it's like, all right, now run 2 miles and shit like that. Like he's fucking going, man, and he's in shape. That boy's in shape. So I think it's gonna be a real, really good fight, man. I know Dustin Poirier is also well known for his preparation.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a real good fight.
You were saying that Gagey and Poirier are friends.
They're buddies. Yeah. They and not right now.
Right.
Just because, like, you know, it's like, hey, man, no offense. I'll link up with you after.
Yeah, we'll have a beer after.
Yeah, type of
Bro,
thing.
But
beat
right
the
now, I'm
shit out of
fucking
you.
your mom.
Yeah. It's sort of shit like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, like, when they do the official face off, though, if, like, one of them does, like, the selfie thing or some shit. Like, I wouldn't be so surprised about that, you know? Then again, it's also BMF. So, you know, maybe that's part of the hype is you have to be kind of a dick, you know? And so I don't know how they're going to work it, but I am excited for the fight.
And y'all,
You know what I was really excited for? Justin's truck, which is a fucking Shelby Raptor.
Yes.
oh, yeah.
It's a bad motherfucker. He's like, that's like the only expensive thing he owns. And I was like, yeah.
I respect that. He was like, it's the expensive thing that I own, but I still probably drive. He drives the fuck out of that thing, I bet.
It's his daily.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all watched any of the new season of The Ultimate Fighter with Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler?
A little bit.
Dude, Conor McGregor looks like he gained like 40 pounds.
He's 200 pounds right now.
He is massive.
Dude, he used to be fucking what, 155 is what he fought at?
I think so, yeah.
Either
And-
155 or 135. Like
I
he
think,
was,
well, I think
So I know he fought at both.
He fought at
Yeah.
both because he held
Because he had
he
the
held
both,
the
yeah.
title at both at one point.
but he was scrawny.
He's
and
200 now.
I saw the teaser for this new season. I was like, who the fuck ate Conor McGregor?
It's called Trenbolone sandwiches.
yeah. Isn't he on like, he's like 2.5 years since his last UFC fight?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, homie bulked up a
Yeah, he
little
did.
bit. Yeah.
Oh, when he walked in without a fucking neck, I was like, this motherfucker. I'm like, I don't want to say you look puffy, but you look a little puffy.
It's just, you know,
ain't
testosterone
puffy.
replacement.
So you
therapy.
started this story, Mikey, with you were having a bad day or weekend or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I flew out there. It was great. I golfed. That was fun. After golf,
You didn't spar with Justin.
I did not.
You bitch.
I did not. I didn't want to take my shoes off.
You bitch. Oh, because you're afraid he's gonna make fun of your
No,
painted
because the
toenails?
UFC's there, he wasn't fucking around because they're filming and shit. So he wasn't fucking
Oh,
around.
I would have been like, yeah. So the
We were
benefiting
trying.
charities, Hero Sports, and I'm gonna get in a ring with him.
We were trying. we were trying. Not me, but I was trying to get Barker in there.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause Barker's had his ass whipped by Justin a few times.
You're not winning.
And you got to remember, those two are like brothers, man. Like people don't realize
Oh,
that
yeah.
they are fucking
They're
like
tight.
Barker is like his older brother.
Yeah.
Like that's how they interact, man. Like they are fucking close.
Yeah.
You know, like, and like his family sees Mike. It's a fucking party. They fucking love him. Like I was like, oh, okay. Like I knew you guys were friends. I didn't know you guys were like family.
Mhm.
They're like fucking family, man. It's pretty awesome. Afterwards, though, there was a young lady. She was a veteran. She's a veteran who I had met the first day I got there. She was like, hey, I have to put my service dog down and I don't want to be alone doing it. And I'm like, I don't blame you. That's fucking terrible, right? That fucking sucks. She lived in an apartment. I actually think she's from here originally. She's doing an internship in Denver. So we offered to let her bring the dog and herself over to our Airbnb, had a nice big backyard, let the dog run around a little bit and all this. Well, Barker had to put his service dog down during this event last year. So not a real good fucking memory for him. So he couldn't be a part of it. He was like, you can come and da-da-da. And everybody else fucking avoided the area. So here I am with this young lady who I don't know, being with her while she makes a fucking very, very tough decision. She needed to, man.
Yeah.
The fucking poor dog, man. It wasn't even that old. It was a German Shepherd, probably 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. But it was having some neurological seizure type issues.
Oh.
Like she said it hadn't moved in 3 days. And then when she got to me, because I'm Dr. Doolittle, she started playing with me a little bit. And she's like, I can't believe she's even moving. Like she's walking around. She took a shit. She's like, she hasn't moved. I was like, I don't know what she's shitting out. She hasn't eaten. She won't drink. I got her to drink water. Like, and I was like, all right, maybe it's on a mend. And then like a rabbit ran by and it went to go chase a rabbit, took like 4 steps and started doing the funky chicken and looking at us like this. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Man.
It fucking ripped my heart out, man.
Yeah.
Like I was upset. And she had a vet come to the house. I talked to the guy out front. I was like, listen, kind of briefed him. And I was like, this is what's going on. Da, da, da. He's like, okay, great. You know, he was a real cool guy. Fucking shout out to him. Fucking phenomenal job. Making the best out of a shitty situation as best you can, right? And so I sat there with her while it went down, and then I helped the vet remove the animal back to the car on the stretcher and all that stuff after the fact and everything. And it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It took a great day and turned it into a real bad fucking day all at once, right? Like, and I think it's just because I like dogs so much more than I do people.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, you could tell like this girl, she was like, this dog saved my life. This dog saved my life. And I was like, well, don't waste it. That was my advice to her. I was like, well, then don't waste it. You know, like you just did right by this dog. This dog deserved that. It went out being loved, like snuggled, cuddled in the backyard, like got to run around a little bit. It was falling down and doing the funky chicken, but it was still it was a happy animal on the way out, right? That's the best we can do because that's what they deserve, right? They deserve love and happiness on their way out because they're better than us. Mm. They just fucking are, right? And I know you understand this, and I fucking... You know, you don't even like your dog, so I don't know.
I like my dog.
But so that sucked. And then the next morning I was driving the friggin' trailer back and I drove it just fine. I made it from Denver to just south of Amarillo.
I was told that you were the only one that was supposed to drive that trailer home.
Yeah, nobody told me that.
Oh, okay.
Because the individual that I let drive, the 3 feet that I let him drive, because he drove 3 feet and bent the axle, drove it from Colorado Springs to Denver. So I was under the impression that he was good to go on that. And I was like, hey, man, if he wasn't allowed to.
Did he have to stop to get gas?
I stopped.
No, but on Colorado Springs to Denver.
Probably not.
See, that's why he's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. But needless to say, after we got it fixed, I drove it the rest of the way. Yeah. I kicked it in. I got home about 3:30 in the morning.
Nice.
On, what was that, Saturday morning, I guess?
Yeah.
So needless to say, Saturday was a blur for me.
Yeah.
I was just fucking overtired. Well, you saw me.
He walked into here and he's like,
oh, that was Friday.
Yeah.
No, that was Friday. Yeah.
That's right. He's like, hey, I'm like, do you fucking run here? Like he literally looked like you were out doing PT. You had your water bottle and you're like, look at him. You're like, you're just fucking dying.
I was.
And I'm like,
I was fucking, because that was about what, like 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
I'm like 9:30.
Like, did you fucking run here? Like that literally.
I fucking felt like I had.
It's like, no.
From Denver.
Yeah, but I did.
Yeah. That sucked. I just looked at Scott. I was like, will you help me park it, please? And he's like, yeah. He took one look at me and just saw how rough I was. He was like, I got you, buddy. I was like, thanks, man. And then thank you for the ride again. Did you get stuck in that traffic on the way back?
Oh my God. It was terrible.
That traffic was trash, man. I felt bad when I was going through it. I was like,
I had to be back at a certain time for an interview.
Yeah.
But they didn't show up or call anyone.
Another one?
Yeah, it was fine.
What the fuck? What's wrong with people, man?
Actually, he might have been the one that rescheduled, and he did come in this morning. Good dude.
So.
Yeah. Jesus. Is he going to get the fucking job by default?
Well, I'm going to properly interview him on Wednesday. I said, well, we got to go drinking.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So. Should have brought him in here. Should have been like, you got to be here Monday night. And then afterwards, we're going to the fucking bar house.
Mikey, you got to talk about your outfit you were wearing on Friday when you showed up, though.
I don't know if I can hit him with the hard T on the show, man.
Well, use other words.
All right.
Here, you definitely can't use that word, but you can use other
I'm
words.
gonna say it.
Just fall back. Fall back to.
You can say, bro. It's 2023. If you want to say transvestite, you can.
That's not the word, and you know that.
Oh, I thought you were cross-dressing. My bad.
No,
Just fall back to Jules's use. Just flip it with the old Saget.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'll say Saget. Like I'll say the old Bob Saget. All right. So this goes back about a week before I left. I was working from home, and obviously Haley was too, and we didn't feel like cooking lunch or anything, and I didn't have anything in the house, so I was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna go grab something. What do you feel like?" And she's like, "Let's do pizza." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "What do you want?" And she's like, "Let's just go to like Little Caesars." And I was like, "Oh, they got the pretzel crust." That pretzel crust, by the way, if you haven't had pretzel crust,
It's good.
it's pretty fucking bomb, man. I'm a big fucking fan, right?
So you went to Little Caesars again?
No, I'm telling the story.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm telling this. So this is, you know the whole story because John was the first one to hear this story. And so I go to Little Caesars, and mind you, let me paint the picture of what I'm wearing. I'm wearing basketball shorts, Croc slides,
Texas Croc slides. Or American flag. Yeah.
American flag Croc slides, and a fucking tank top that is the one from South Park where Randy is shitting on New York. So it's like Randy shitting on New York, right? And my hat as probably this hat. I don't know. Fuck. And that's that. Now, as you guys all know, who are avid listeners of the show, you know that I get pedicures. So my toes are colors right now.
Now,
right?
I'm going to say this to preference the story. The person he was talking to upcoming in this story was not me.
It's not him. It's not him. I go into Little Caesars and I'm waiting for my pizza to get finished. I live very close to it, so it's, not out of the ordinary that I beat him there. And there's a gentleman standing there who I could only describe as Daryl. His name had to be Daryl. He had long, stringy blonde hair, very greasy, fucking like a t-shirt, probably had a wolf on it. Jean shorts that were like straight up jorts, and like fucking dad shoes that were dirtier than fuck, like the New Balances. Like this dude smokes he either smokes Pall Malls or he's the one guy keeping Doral in business, right? Like that motherfucker, like he's smoking Doral menthol 100s. You know what I mean? Because he's like, well, 100s give me more. It's more bang for my buck type of guy, right? And he looks at me and he goes, "What are you, one of them gays?" And I just look at him and I go, and I kind of bow up at him and I go, "Call me a Saget." Yeah. I'll be like, "Call me Saget and find out." And the guy was like, "No." And I was like, "I didn't fucking think so." And the lady behind the counter was like, some shit's about to go down. I'm like, "No, it's not." I'm like, it's fine, right?
I mean, last month it was Waffle House. Today it's Little Caesars.
Yeah, right? Jesus, man. And then so it just so happened, I think like the day after that was when John and I went on the ram hunt.
Yeah.
When incidentally, John speared a ram from back of a moving side by side.
That was pretty fun.
Fucking dope, man. I killed one with a blow dart. This was fucking a highlight of my life. All right. But I told John this story, and since then we can't stop saying that to each other. I come in.
I think the moral of the story is,
I come in that morning, I'm wearing the exact same outfit.
Toenails, there's probably some consequences. Like they're going to assume you're one of the gays.
One of them gays. What are you, one of them gays?
Which is fine.
I was like, "Happy June, motherfucker. Fuck you, Daryl." Beat the shit out of that guy. Fucking worthless. What?
After seeing you in that outfit, I could totally see if you went like trailer trash.
Yeah, right.
I could like justify in that assumption.
Yeah, sure. I'd have been like, fair.
I was like,
I am going to defend Mikey right now because I have never seen a gay dressed as terribly as you were that day.
Yeah.
They are great dressers.
Yeah, I look
and
like
have the most style.
I look like a
and
fucking
you had
bum, dude.
negative style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Apparently, Daryl doesn't know any gays.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you asked.
Maybe.
What if he was just genuinely curious? He was like, "Hey, man, what are you? One of them guys? What you want?"
That Basil Hayden.
Yeah, he was just trying. He was trying to figure it out, and
Yeah.
then he got the answer, and he's like, "Oh,
Guess
maybe,
not.
I don't think he is.
Maybe that's what it was. Well, Daryl needs to work on his fucking tact. 'Cause,
Bro, he's got little seizures. Come on,
I'm just trying to get my hot and ready. Goddamn it.
that's it.
John, you want to
Add to the boneyard.
Add to the boneyard over there.
By the way, Quinn referenced something in the group.
Yes, Quinn.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about because we were hammered by that second episode,
Uh,
and I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
So there were a few promises made. Mikey said that
Whoa.
if Quinn,
We promised things.
yes,
Do you remember me promising? No,
I was hammered. I don't
Mike-
remember.
Yeah, it was
anything.
trash.
Mikey said if Quinn donates to the Patreon, you will show him a butthole, and then Scott followed that up with you will show him your butthole. So I y'all have
And he must have donated, huh?
$7.50.
Hey, listen, bitch, you're not getting a butthole. You're not getting this butthole
No.
for some toonies and loonies,
In
motherfucker.
Quinn's defense, that was like $43 Canadian.
I stand with Quinn on this one. You owe him a picture of your butthole.
Yeah,
sir.
I never thought that I'd
Yeah, I'm
side
not
with the
going to give him a
Canadian,
picture
but
of my butthole.
Never thought I'd side with
Because
one.
you cannot, my butthole is not a bargaining chip for you to fuck with, all right?
Apparently, when we were on the show, it was.
Apparently, I was too inebriated to fucking sign that contract. So,
I'm gonna have to remember this next time I'm out drinking with Mikey. After a certain amount of drinks, I can start bargaining his butthole.
Because that was the thing. Mikey said a butthole. Scott corrected him and said your butthole, but Mikey never said no, I don't believe. So
I'm going to have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Because
have to
again,
reference.
like I said, I don't listen to the show. I'm on it. Why the fuck would I listen to it?
for this reason right here.
Now I have to. Now I have to go back and listen to it. So, because he mentioned something, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this nerd's talking about. Like, I was like, what the fuck is he
did.
saying?
He donated to the Freedom Friends Patreon. And,
About fucking time.
yeah. So it came through, and I was like, oh, and I went and looked at the price, and it was $7.50, and I was like, not enough.
Yeah.
Speaking
That ain't
of,
enough.
speaking of donating, I'm going to hit it one more time. The
Yes.
the Battle Force GoFundMe page to get the Gold Star families to the reunion. If you guys can, please donate to that. I think we're at $2,000. We need to get it up to $5,000.
I had 19 donations. You're at $2,000. It's pretty
Right.
awesome.
So, and then one of them says Freedom Friends. Look at that. $28.
Hey, look at that.
So,
I was unaware that I was donating to people. I mean, it's fine.
I don't think we did, but yeah, but I think I'll go. Yeah, let's try to do this one. This one it means a little bit to me, so I'd like to see this one happen.
Okay. No, I love that, man.
So-
Let's well, it's good. Like the link will be in the description of the video. If you're on YouTube or wherever you're listening to your podcast, it'll be in the description of this show. And yeah, let's get these Gold Star families out there, man. A lot of people don't realize this, but I'm also a Gold Star family member. And so no, that's fucking great. Yeah. Like I'm
Because
I'm all about this.
I went to one of the last reunions we had, and there was a. So I was in Bravo Company,
Yep.
but there was a sister of one of the fallen guys from another company. So I didn't know her brother, but I hung out with her for a little while and just getting to talk to her and knowing what it meant for her to be at the reunion and getting to meet some of the guys and like it was, it did a lot for her. And so I'm thinking if we bring these families out to this reunion, it'd be a good thing. So
You want to hear a crazy fucking story about sisters of fallen service members?
maybe,
I was bartending in
maybe.
I was bartending in Baltimore,
It's a strong maybe.
and it was at that veteran bar that I worked at. I told you guys about, the Americana, and so the owner of this bar deployed with me to Fallujah. He was our friggin' human intel guy, right? So he did human shit, right? And weirdly enough, I never interacted with this dude that I know of, but we were in the same fucking company. And they like just didn't know each other. He was an attachment. I was an attachment. So it was like weird, right?
And he banged his sister.
No. Not that I wouldn't have. She's cute. Yeah. Right? But no. I was happily with Haley by that point. But I was bartending, and this young lady comes in, orders a drink, gives him a big hug. They're talking. And he looks over and he's like, Mikey was there too. And I was like, what? He goes, this is Mikey Cohen's sister. And Mikey Cohen was one of the guys that we lost in Alpha 1-3 in Fallujah. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. And like, I just didn't know. Yeah. And they lived in PA. She drove down and fucking to visit. And we ended up becoming buddies. Like, we're friends on Facebook and on social media and shit. And she's fucking great, and she's happily married now, and her family's awesome, and everybody's cool. But it was crazy to like hear the perspective.
Yeah.
From her, about what happened. Because like when you're in country, obviously you're dealing with the trauma that you're seeing and around. You don't often think about. That it's terrible at home.
Yeah,
but you don't hear those firsthand stories.
Well, like I think you were gone last week when I pitched this, but fuck, when somebody gets killed and you're deployed, the family goes through the funeral, and there's maybe one or two people that were, because
everybody else still work.
Everybody's still working, right?
Yeah.
So they don't get to hear firsthand stories and any of that stuff. So
when my brother John died, I was deployed. I was deployed to Okinawa at the time. And it was weird. We'd flown to Iraq together, and then I gotten fucked up and got flown back, and then just redeployed to Okinawa because that's what I did as a single staff sergeant. That's what I did. And when it happened, it was 2007. They had to send a Red Cross message for me.
Yeah.
And I went on emergency leave, did the whole thing. It was actually my first time to Texas. No, second time to Texas. But fucking it's weird, man. Real weird fucking situations.
Yeah.
And because you're right, like, because it's like you expect to see the people he was with, and they're not there.
Right.
And it's like, and they're like, well, where's his buddies? And it's like, no, they're still at work.
Yeah.
Like there's a war fighting.
Yeah.
And they're busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're, and luckily I was there to explain that to everybody, because they were almost upset about it.
Yeah.
They were almost like, we would like to talk to somebody who was there. And they're like, well, you can't.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking working.
Yeah.
Eventually someday you will,
Right.
and they have by now, but it was fucking crazy, man.
So Justin will put the link to this GoFundMe in the thing.
Another thing I've noticed is that they don't often tell the families the whole story.
No, they don't ever.
And or it's a completely wrong story.
Yeah, well, it's kind of fucked up.
It's like the game of telephone, right?
Yeah.
So by the time some fucking chud officer who is the one that's in charge of the funeral detail, like by the time he actually hears the story, it's so far fucked up that it's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no,
I don't think the military intentionally tells the wrong story. I just think it's
sometimes I think they do.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Hello, Pat Tillman.
Yeah. Well, there was an incident that that happened while we were deployed overseas, and the loss of a service member. And I read the not really obituary, but like the press release that was written about how they died.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything to like, oh, they were guarding a bank and it was attacked and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they weren't fucking guarding a bank.
Yeah.
They were on a cop overlooking a fucking intersection with a 4-man team. Like,
it's like, that's not guarding a bank.
That's not what the fuck happened,
You're a liar.
Yeah, but how can you explain that to the family?
Yeah.
You know, like
you can't.
Especially if you don't already have a relationship with them. You're just like, oh, hey, by the way, I read this and that's not really what happened. This is really, and then you're just opening up a can of worms that you don't even have all the answers to. You guys are so cute.
Whatever. Fuck you with your fan.
You just dropped my body temperature by like at least 2 degrees.
Yeah, right? Like I feel better.
Yeah. So we're in Texas and it's fucking hot in this podcast studio right now.
The Warfighter Tobacco studio is a little spicy.
It's the Warfighter Tobacco sauna right now.
Yeah.
So Warfighter needs like $20,000 to air condition the podcast studio. So if we can start another GoFundMe,
that'd be great.
Like,
we'll take care of the Gold Star families first.
Yeah.
And then like, if you guys could be real fucking cool. And,
literally.
Quite literally. What'd you do? You want to box it in?
No, I would just try to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fuck. What else? There's golf. How about golf? Have you guys heard any shit about golf lately?
Yeah, I heard
golfers are mad.
They should be. They should quit.
I heard that Saudi Arabia is now the proud owner of the PGA Tour.
The former PGA.
Or former PGA Tour.
Sort of.
Well, sort of. So the holes 1 through 9 are by somebody else, and holes 12 through 18 are by somebody else.
Wait,
and they
what?
just kept 9/11.
That's a good one, sir.
Yes.
Holes 9 through 11 are brought to you by Saudi Arabia.
Well, at least they're finally owning it.
Yeah.
Those flags are
You
just
know what?
a little,
And I
little
saw-
taller and look identical.
Did you guys see Trump's comments on Saudi Arabia owning the golf? United States sports.
I missed it.
He said he's proud and that everybody's going to do good and that it's a good thing. And I'm sorry. But as a former president, you know who did 9/11 and you should not fucking be happy and you shouldn't do business with that goddamn country.
You mean it wasn't Iraq?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah, believe it or not.
It wasn't Afghanistan?
No.
Oh.
No.
Shit.
They were all Saudi nationals that flew the planes into the towers.
Yeah. Truth.
So
Truth.
that doesn't make me happy. And it makes it so like I really I mean, that's shitty, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and the PGA players, you can't fault them because a lot of them were like, fuck no, I'm not selling out. I'm not, whatever. But then
Well,
they found out like after it was a done deal that the whole PGA sold.
Yeah,
Like,
I
fuck
listened
this.
to Rory McIlroy talk about it.
Yeah. What do you say about it?
He was actually real cordial about it, but he was pretty straight up about how he feels about the LIV,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "I didn't fucking hate the LIV. It's like I don't fucking care." He goes, "But I guess there's some rule changes where it's going to play more like the PGA. It's not going to be there's going to be like some team sport kind of aspect to it now.
Like best ball.
Maybe they might be
Can
like
you imagine PGA with scores with best
PGA
ball
scrambles, dude. It's like
Oh,
you might as well bring steroids, man. It's fucking amazing. Like I'd watch that shit.
Steroids should be mandatory in golf.
Right?
You have to smoke cigars, you have to drink, and you have to be on steroids to compete in this competition. How fun would that be?
Jim would crush it.
It would be like John Daly minus the steroids.
John Daly's the man,
He doesn't need steroids. It would fuck him up.
dude. I saw
he as I said, minus them.
I saw
Yeah.
a stat,
But the
like, because you know how like John Daly does not give a fuck.
zero.
Right? When you dominate the way he did, like he was the longest driver for 9 of 10 years of the 90s.
Yeah.
Like he had the longest drives every year and more yardage than anybody, except for like 96. He must have been drunk that year. I don't know.
Drunk.
More drunk.
No, he was sober that year.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. He went on the wagon and it fucked his game up. So he was like, fuck this. I'm going
Yeah.
back. And then he dominated the rest of the decade, man. The guy was a fucking beast, man. Still is a beast.
Yeah.
This is why I wear his pants.
Justin, you pulling anything worth repeating out of this article?
So apparently they're combining both companies
Yeah.
under a new company called Nuco, which will also own
Kim,
LIV as well
original.
as the commercial and business rights of the DP World Tour. I don't know. I'm not a big golfer, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I remember when Liv started and the whole buzz of it and everything.
They were trying to recruit.
They
Yeah.
were recruiting. I watched there's a really good Netflix documentary that they ran when Liv started and kind of came into it. So I didn't retain a lot of it, but they covered a lot of that. But part of me, I agree. I don't like Saudi Arabia, but I respect the fact, like I'm for someone coming in and being like, hey, this old shit that people are fucking tired of.
Well, that's fine, but let's do it from within.
I agree with that.
That's like what would you think if China bought the NBA, right?
No, I
mean,
that's
they
what I'm
already
saying.
probably own.
So
I'm pretty sure
China-
North Korea would do that first.
Hold on. China bought a school in Florida that produced the most professional athletes out of any other school in the world.
You know why?
ING, if I remember, that might be the correct one.
China's better at a lot of shit than we are because they have this. They're all unified in their agenda.
Yeah.
the ununited States of America is so goddamn divided.
Said
We
ING.
can't do anything.
I can't remember the fucking. Let me look. Let me try to find it real quick.
Just type in Chinese owned school.
One thing, like I was talking about, is like the MLB. I actually talked about this with Mikey.
Yeah.
The MLB recently, this season, updated its rules to where
I don't like them.
Mikey's not a fan. I am.
I'm not a fan.
They
If you're watching on TV,
I'm
they're
a
decent
grumpy
rules.
old boomer.
but
That's what Justin called me. He called me a grumpy old boomer when
well, so
I
like
voiced my opinion.
all the major issues that people were having with it, they were like, all right, let's address that. So they made the bases bigger, which means more stealing, so more action. They put a pitch clock so guys can't take 45 seconds in between pitches. It's 18 seconds now, or
Yeah.
20 something seconds, but it sped up the game so much. And statistically, games went from like 3 hours and 45 minutes to some are going like 2.5.
Yeah.
Like it's constant action. Guys are stealing bases. They got rid of the shit. Like,
By the way, I went to a
it's
ball
more
game
action.
in Colorado too. I went to the Rockies game.
How was that?
Oh, it's fucking great. It's my
I-
second time to that stadium.
How'd you like it
Fucking
with the
cool.
new rules?
No. I still
Really?
thought it was annoying.
I went to the
Yeah, and I was having a great time. I was like fucking right behind home plate too. Like I had a great season.
I went to the third Rockies game they ever played.
I went to the first they ever
Really?
played. Yeah.
Of
At
the
Coors Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very, very first one.
I went to the
That's
third
crazy.
one.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that was the last time I was at that stadium.
What it had to be like 95? When did the Rockies
93 or 94, I think. Probably just Colorado Rockies. 94, 91.
91. Ooh.
Yeah, but when did Coors Field open? Because they played at Mile High for a year or two.
Oh, I went to the Mile High one.
Oh, no, I went to the first one at Coors Field.
Oh, no, I was young. I went to it was like literally the first season of the
95.
Rockies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
April 26, 95. Yeah. I went to that game.
I'm trying to find this Chinese owned school.
I think IMG.
I am good.
I am God.
God.
But no, I agree. I don't like that it's Saudi Arabia that's coming in, but
I don't like it that it's any other country.
Yeah.
I-
So
Why is
I
it not?
can- yeah.
It should be U.S. Like,
Do you use the toll road that goes around Austin?
yeah, every now and then.
It's owned by the Swiss.
Is it really?
Yes.
so IMG.
That's, you know why? Because we're fucking stupid.
The IMG
God
Academy
damn
in
it.
'Cause we'll pay to-
Bradenton, Florida.
We'll pay to avoid Austin.
A Hong Kong-based private equity group
Oh, not China.
purchased it for $1.25 billion.
You by a whole lot of degrees with that motherfucking pot.
but you're saying they put out like an insane amount of athletes?
Athletes, yeah.
Like Olympic athletes or like professional athletes?
Are they Chinese athletes or is it like open to like whoever?
So it's IMG is like a sports-based.
But it's open
School.
to anybody. Not,
It's
not
their
just,
website. Their first thing on their website is a world leader in sports education.
Okay.
Huh.
So it's not just
Across IMG's Academy's available programs and services, our student athletes fill approximately 25% of all college freshman roster spots annually.
Oh wow,
wow. Well, that's cool.
that's interesting.
I mean, as long as whatever. If they own a college, as long as it's not like
But that's the thing. Now,
Well, here's the question:
Here's-
why?
why?
Yeah,
Then
why?
What's the level of influence you can get if now, instead
No.
of just trying propaganda, you are literally forcing an indoctrinational information down people's throats in order to have them get what they want, their end goal being an athlete, professional athlete, college graduate, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it is. You have to pass these classes from a college that's owned by a Chinese company.
Well, what was so?
Well, okay, so
Ch-
I went to UIW. I went to the University of Incarnate Word. It's a private Catholic school, right?
Yeah.
That's owned by the Catholic Church. That's owned by Rome.
How
I'm not
old,
indoctrinated.
how old were you?
As a
when
matter
you
of
went
fact,
there, though?
I'm like the worst fucking Catholic ever.
I think it's
how old were you though when you went to UIW?
Dude, you knew me when I graduated. I graduated in 2018.
I think
These are younger kids. They're getting them early.
I think religious
I think
influence
that's a big
and
difference.
communist influence are
Two different things.
two different things.
Sure.
I don't-
Well, it's two different sides of the same coin, really,
There
bro.
are, but one of them's been in the mainstream for
Millennia?
yeah, and the other one is new.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I see your point, and I don't like Saudis either. But
I mean, I can see, especially with like the age that it looks like these kids are, like they look young. And I mean, we can look at like how American colleges have changed.
Stop looking at these chicks, dude. You like I see you scrolling and you zooming in on titties and shit. What about you're about to get married, you scumbag? What are you
College
doing?
chicks,
Mikey,
calm down.
Mikey, I'm gonna stop redacting some of these words. No, but I mean, if you look at like American colleges right now, and the kids that come out of there with all these crazy fucking ideas.
Yeah. Do me a favor. What was the U.S. response to Cuba's or to the Chinese Cuba spy?
Oh, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is called. Spy
They had
program.
The spy
they were
base.
gonna put a base down there. Yeah,
Spy base.
I love it.
electronic.
It is a what are the words they put it? It was false information in the report.
What?
So the U.S. intelligence put out a report saying that the potential quote unquote base that's going to be built in China,
In Cuba.
Cuba, excuse me,
The
by China,
China, yeah.
was false. It was not true, and there was false information in that report that led people to believe that. And then 2 days later, they were like, yeah, they're actually that's what they're doing.
They're building that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from this article from Newsweek, it says the U.S. is likely to respond with a power move of its own, in quotes, if reports that China is planning to build a spy base in Cuba are true, according to prominent geopolitical analysts.
A response of their own. It's called a predator drone, and it'll work.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I saw a predator drone fucking landing.
Oh, yeah.
Here the other day. I was like, "You're far from home," because there's like UAVs aren't here. Like,
Yeah, this is where the school is, though.
for UAVs.
For pilots, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I know that for some pilots, but not. I didn't think it was for UAVs.
No, UAV
the
pilot schools here.
the Marine Corps, when they stood up their drone pilot program, they didn't have the backing to build their own program independent, so they piggyback off the Air Force Academy or
That
off
makes
the Air
sense, 'cause
Force
we're
over
poor.
here.
We're very poor.
Yeah, we had that was a few months back. Had a Marine come in and he's like, I'm just cooling my heels waiting on a new slot because
Yeah.
I'm done with school.
I'm like,
I was like, what do you do?
I'm like, where are you stationed? He's like, Randolph. I'm like, is it Marine?
I've seen him over there. I was in line at Charlie's one time trying to get a cheesesteak, and fucking there was a lieutenant standing next to
That's
me.
their drone program.
I looked at him and I was like, "Fuck, are you doing here?" He was like, "What? Excuse me, sir." Nothing. Nothing. I don't really want to talk to you. I think I even devil dogged him. I was like, I don't really want to talk to you. They're devil nuts. Nah, I don't want that at all. Devil dog to Marines is kind of like when like in the Army when they would call you guys like hero.
Right.
They'd be like, come here there, fucking hero. It's kind of the same thing. Come here, devil dog. It's like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble. It's like, oh shit. I just got devil dogged. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything specific on what the U.S. is doing.
Yeah.
They said, we monitor it closely, take steps to counter it, and remain confident that we are able to meet all of our security commitments at home, in the region, and around the world.
Yeah, they're not
So
going to do anything.
it was John Kirby who said it. And his quote, I've seen that press report. It's not accurate. From John Kirby. What I can tell you is that we've been concerned since day one of this administration about China's influence activities around the world, certainly in this hemisphere and in the region. We're watching this very, very closely.
So, what about Chinese cell towers near military bases? So, that's a thing too.
Wasn't all cell
Yeah.
towers at this point Chinese?
Yeah, but they like actually intercept
Yeah.
communications.
Well, and that's what they're talking about with the base that they're building in Cuba, is that they've got serious concerns that the technology that they'll put in that base will be able to intercept communications through some of the bases in the southeast.
Yeah. So why not? Why not? I don't know. Blow these fucking cell towers up
So
that are near military bases that are intercepting fucking.
here's the funny part that everyone's been looking over is China's been operating a spy base in Cuba since at least 2019, part of a global effort by Beijing to upgrade its intelligence gathering capabilities. Right. The Biden administration actually put that out. Now, what everyone's up in arms about is Cuba and China came to an agreement on how China can expand that base. It's not like they're starting a new one.
Yeah.
They already have one there, and they've had it there for years.
Yeah.
But now that they want to expand it, and somebody got a hold of it and brought it to the public's attention, now it's a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, honestly, though, if China keeps listening to the United States, they're just going to get dumber. Like, you're better off not listening and just doing your own thing, China, because we are fucking retarded.
yeah, we're not
Like,
fucking.
I don't know what you're listening to, but it can't be.
We've got an extra chromosome over here in the States,
Yeah.
my man.
It can't be that great. Like,
They're just like, man, these guys really like dick jokes.
yeah,
What is this?
this is an official
Chinese
email.
penis so small. So small. American penis big.
Is that Chinese or Russian?
It sounded like it started off Chinese.
I know.
And then it went
Supposed
to
to-
Russian.
I think in South Park it was Japanese. It's a South Park joke. Japanese penis so small.
Oh, I started watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Okay.
How is it?
It's good.
So good.
It's hilariously
I love that there's a board game.
what I
Ted
find that's
Lasso.
awesome about it is they take stuff from 20 years ago
Yes.
and put it in there.
Yeah.
Like we were watching it and they went over the fucking LeBron thing talking about practice. Verbatim, right? And I was like, I paused it and I was like, I've heard this before. And I pulled up and I played the YouTube video of LeBron talking about practice in a press interview. And I'm like, this is fucking gold.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an actual. That's like a
Oh, when he was going off about
Jamie Tart.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, and he said practice like 15 times in a row.
Yeah.
And I knew that you wouldn't know because
Nope.
that's literally, I think it got posted to YouTube 17 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't
So
even
okay,
get
Justin
you
was
couldn't even
8.
get boners yet.
There's so many little nuggets like that.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
did. That's fucking cool.
And it's like, it's
Just
it's a good show.
Google, Allen Iverson. Iverson practice. It might have been LeBron. I can't remember. I know Allen Iverson did it first.
Just and then put in the search Ted Lasso.
The legendary practice video or practice rant. No, the second one down.
that's a 30.
No, that's a
video.
30-minute video. It's the top one where he talks about it.
Oh.
And that's like, look how old that video is.
Let's see.
But yeah, it was
2006.
fucking great. It blew my mind that like he's sitting there going off about this, and I was like, no way. So
I can't pump the audio through. I just remember that.
now I've been really paying attention to everything that they say because it's fucking gold.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
We're like halfway through the last season.
Yeah.
And
I'm like 5 episodes in.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's good.
They get we're big fans.
I've not even looked at it yet.
It's so
It's on my
fucking
it's on my
good.
list to eventually get to. But
It's funny.
So obviously you had Apple TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's so good.
I have a beef right now, but it's one of those things where it's like borderline dipping into politics because it is political, and it's this whole fucking Trump indictment over the over the documents and shit. Like, how is this not politically motivated from political opponents going after him?
Here's my stand on it.
You know, like
Scott and I talked about this, and he had a fucking amazing point.
okay,
Oh, I don't know if I remember.
You do. I guarantee you it's what you're about to say right now.
Just throw them all in fucking jail.
Nope, that wasn't it.
Like they're all guilty of it. Throw them all in jail.
well, and that's my point. If Trump gets indicted for this and gets convicted, that sets legal precedents, right?
So
that means that our now sitting president, who did the exact same thing
as a vice
as
president
VP
And
and
a
a fucking
senator.
senator.
yeah, like did the exact
And
same thing.
I guarantee if you look at Biden's fucking classified documents, it's all about how to fucking get a bribe. I bet it's all related to him getting paid by fucking Ukraine and China.
Well, I'm more worried about the security aspect of it, man. It was
Yeah,
locked
but-
in his garage.
Nobody.
Whereas
Yeah. Oh, I
fucking,
know.
where were they at Trump's fucking in Mar-a-Lago? They were in a
But
fucking safe.
The thing about it,
You
yeah,
know, they were at least secured.
yeah,
well, they
you know,
released
like-
pictures of the Mar-a-Lago.
yeah.
Now, there's no context to the pictures. You don't know what's behind the camera.
Right.
They were saying, I think in this indictment, they were saying Trump was showing reporters shit about our capability or something.
Well,
it's like
there's some former naval officer that was on his staff that's also involved with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That This is a classic fall guy.
Like, fuck it. You want to throw Trump in jail for this? That's fine. You better fucking at the same fucking time throw all of them in jail.
Yeah.
So I think it was earlier this week, Scott and I were talking about it, and Scott's the clip notes from the conversation were that they are trying to do this in order to get him the nomination.
Yeah.
Because they know they can beat him.
Yeah.
They've already done it.
Yeah.
And it's almost to the point where, yeah, he can drum up all of his cause that he wants, but
I don't think they'll beat him again.
I
don't think Joe Biden beats. Then again, I don't think Joe Biden gets the nomination. Although they say he's going to, I don't think he does.
He has to.
He doesn't.
Who else would? He has. He will.
I mean,
he will.
It's unprecedented for the sitting president not to get the nod.
I think there might be a different VP, like somebody they actually want to like carry the torch.
Yeah, because dude, we are one more fucking fall from that bitch being in charge.
Yeah, but who cares?
Like,
she cannot be worse.
Terrifying.
She can't be worse.
She could be.
No,
she could be. He's a puppet.
Yeah,
she thinks she's fucking smart.
I don't know. They're
all right.
puppets.
She's got a fucking brain, and she thinks she's fucking good at things, and she's not. Like, I'm terrified of that bitch being in charge.
Anyway,
like,
yeah,
ooh.
That was about it.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to do it though to prevent DeSantis, because if they get, they're gonna what this is gonna do is it's gonna rally the Republicans around the fact that they're trying to politically fuck him, right? Like over stuff that everybody does. And you know what? If he's guilty, fuck it.
Well, it's been the same fucking song and dance the entire time Trump's been in politics.
It's been
since 2016. It's been always
every administration.
But yeah, that's my point. But it's only ever been a big deal when Trump did it, and it's fucking annoying to me.
Because back in the 90s, they didn't attack their political opponent with bullshit. They attacked him with facts.
You know the reason
now it's just a narrative.
One of the main reasons
it doesn't even have to be true
that I don't think I would want Trump to run or get the fucking nomination is because it is literally going to be 4 years of him saying the election was stolen. He's got, like John, you said the other day, he's going to be a fucking lame duck, not going to be able to get anything done anyway. And it's going to be the other side is just going to be saying how fucking he was indicted and caused the fucking insurrection.
But if
twice impeached president, disgraced president.
If he does
Trump
get elected, I don't care if anybody talks to him. I'm looking forward to them gas prices and interest rates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think DeSantis could actually bring, I don't know, a shred of like reasonable leadership.
I will tell you this. I know that President Putin is scared of fucking Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I bet you he's more scared of fucking DeSantis.
I don't know.
DeSantis is a naval officer.
So
he's a veteran.
Yeah.
He's a naval officer. He's gone through war colleges. He's not going to fuck around.
He's not
scared to push the button.
He's got a good track record with Florida. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
I think Trump has dirt on fucking everybody.
Of course he does. Because he was friends with Epstein.
No, but like,
yeah.
but
that too.
But like legit, because
there's a lot of reasons I have not.
But you got to think back, like, so North Korea is starting to fuck around right now. China's starting to fuck around.
Yeah.
Russia's been fucking around.
Yeah.
But when Trump was in, all three of them were quiet as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trump also levied tariffs against China.
I think it was more,
and
I don't think tariffs.
But they had a good relationship. They could have a dialogue. They could talk.
But I think that was because it was like, hey, buddy, you remember this?
No.
Oh, maybe.
You know?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. Why else? Why can't somebody else have a relationship?
Well,
you know, why does that
relation?
Why does the relationship between the countries have to change on the person? The person's in the same position.
I wish I could answer that, man.
Yeah.
I think because it has nothing to do with the country itself. It has to do with the person.
Maybe.
I think that's it.
I don't know. I heard a report though that Kim Jong-un was like 350 pounds and like is like just so out of shape and almost bedridden. I don't know if it's true or not.
You got any tips for him on how to like live like that?
I'm not bedridden. Fuck you.
I'm just trying to fuck with Justin. This point, I'm just watching him fucking break. That's more directed at you than him. Shit.
Right.
Speaking of semi-famous
I'm
people,
in no fucking position to shit talk anybody.
speaking of semi-famous people in the news, somebody stopped sucking oxygen last week.
Oh,
Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Unabomber the other day. Yeah, he dropped.
81 years old, I think.
He was 81.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like, so he was experimented on through
Yeah.
MK Ultra, right?
Yep.
And they think that that's a lot of the reason that he went fucking weird. He also dabbled in some gender dysphoria for a little while, where he was thinking about going trans before he became the Unabomber, right?
Yeah.
eunuch.
Did you guys hear that nobody showed up at his funeral?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they mailed out a bunch of invites, but nobody wanted to open a letter.
Ah, zing!
The internet's been gold, I'll tell you.
The internet never loses, man. Undefeated. But yeah. I mean, so like I studied Kaczynski a lot in school, man. Like because serial bombers are not that fucking prevalent. You know what I mean? So like they don't have that many examples of them to study. And then when you do study them, it's mostly Kaczynski, right? Because he was such a unique case, man. Because he was brilliant.
Yeah.
The guy was brilliant. I wish I
What
would
was
have
he,
known.
26, and he was an MIT professor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, guy was fucking crazy, man. Like, he could have been Stephen Hawking had he fucking not been
Crazy.
batshit crazy
Born with legs.
I was going to go the other way.
and able to walk. Yeah.
Yeah. Only
By the
he's
way,
in a
guys, stop
wheelchair.
sending me the fucking comic with the phone, all right? That's making fun of Stephen Hawking on America's Got Talent. I've already seen it like 500 fucking times. All right.
Oh.
Stop sending it to me.
I
Please.
got another topic to bring up. So Matt Rife is coming to
Yeah.
Texas, right?
Yeah.
And so like we started getting all those fucking social media shits about it. So I looked up tickets and they're like $900.
Well, that's because I tried to get them direct.
yeah.
And they were sold out
Yeah.
like the minutes.
But
Yeah,
he
they went out
but
like
he
that.
actually put out a thing that said, "Hey,
Yeah.
none of my tickets are over $100.
Yeah.
And like if you pay $500 to see me, you're fucking up."
Yeah.
And so I respect that. And
He
but-
seems like a good dude.
but at $900, I was like, "Motherfucker, come on!" Like,
Well, you got to think though,
Yeah.
he's not making that money.
well, obviously now I know it's like
The person reselling
Yeah.
that ticket, that they got him for 45, 50, 60,
yeah.
you know.
That's capitalism, friends.
Yeah.
That's capitalism.
Well, a lot of it too has to do with these companies that use programs.
Ticketmaster, right?
It's almost like
Oh.
they've adapted AI
Yeah.
to go in and buy bulk tickets for them because they're not supposed to be able to do that. But
Yeah.
there's, you can write a program to get around
That's bullshit. But if anybody happens to have a couple tickets for San Antonio or Austin, I would love to go see him. So
I've been seeing there's a few country artists that I follow that how they operate their tickets is off of a third party website.
yeah.
And it's like once you buy it, you can't resell it.
Oh,
Like you purchase that ticket and it's fucking yours.
Non-transferable and
Non-transferable.
Yeah, I like it.
You can
I'm okay with that.
if you resell it, it's for the exact amount, but it's
Yeah.
got to be like I guess they can't do bulk purchases and stuff like that. Like
See, I like that.
yeah.
I like
And
that a lot.
And that first came up after all this Ticketmaster shit started.
yeah.
Like,
But I'll give it to Matt though. He's like, I would rather see empty seats in here because these motherfuckers couldn't resell them for that much.
absolutely.
You know, like
Fuck
so.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't give a fuck. They bought them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Like if there's one dude who bought 20 tickets and he's trying to resell and shit, fuck him. I hope he just lost fucking $2,000.
I want to get him on this.
Who was the rapper that bought out the entire two front rows of the?
Was that 50 Cent?
Was it 50? It was.
I think he bought the
it
whole
was-
front two rows to a Ja Rule concert.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, he pulled out, and all he saw was Fitty sitting in there in two empty rows in the front.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was him.
But Justin, I want Matt Rife on this podcast. And so I think we should do a thing where all of our listeners start tagging him and everything. And,
You know what?
And
Let's-
tell, just be like, go on the Freedom Friends podcast.
Let's just ask him right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Matt,
please.
saw that you were coming to San Antonio area. All right. I know that we have commented and back and forth a little bit on TikTok and social media before. We'd love to have you come on, man. I think it'd be real fun. We got whiskey. We got cigars.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever
You know
you're
what?
into.
And if you want,
I know you're a weed smoker. I'm sure we can accommodate that one.
And if
We also have a squat rack in the back if he wants to get a swell on before
There
he
is-
comes on.
Yeah.
and if you have time, I have an arms room. I'll take you to the range
Yeah.
if you want to get some fucking gun therapy.
Take you out shooting, man.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. But no, we'd like to cordially invite you out here to the Freedom Friends podcast here in San Antonio. And, let's get weird, dude. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to do it.
Right.
Right
No,
there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power of the people.
Yeah.
Now, listeners, this is what I need from you. Tag him. It's like
As
I feel like I'm
much as you
doxing him
can.
though. I kind of feel like a dick when I
No,
say
you're not,
shit.
giving, you're not
Let's
giving
do
out
it.
his address. You're fucking.
Yeah.
We're asking him on the podcast.
Yeah, it would be awesome to have you
Yeah.
come here. I have lots of things I'd like to talk to you about. And
If you are gonna tag him though, also give him a follow because he puts out some really fucking funny content.
Hilarious
His shit
content,
is
man.
funny.
Did y'all actually?
some of the best crowd work I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Did y'all see his announcement video for his world tour?
Fucking went hard in the paint, dog.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
If anybody that writes a skit that includes Ashton Kutcher as a genie and then wishing for his wife, I respect that man.
Right? I want Mila Kunis. And they're like, she's not available. That's what I want.
Dude's a legend.
Ever tell you about when I met her?
No.
Yeah, I met her at Thanksgiving dinner.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so no shit. There
So
you
no
were.
shit, there I was in California. One of my Marines, who to date is the smartest fucking moron I've ever met. My buddy's brother is married to Seth MacFarlane's sister. He's married to Rachel MacFarlane. So the kid who worked for me in the Marines, his older brother was married to Rachel MacFarlane. They all had Thanksgiving dinner up at Seth's place up in LA. We got invited. Who walked in? Mila Kunis. And I was just like, definitely jerked off to her before. Fuck. I was like, it's awkward. Yeah, no. So, yeah.
Was she pretty cool? Like down to earth?
Sweetheart. Absolute
Yeah?
sweetheart. Yeah. Super sweet. Everybody was cool as shit. Which like they say don't meet your heroes, right? Which is oftentimes the case. And honestly, I've always been a big Seth MacFarlane fan until he started dipping into politics, and now he's like fucking borderline like insufferable, but
I have a feeling
he said grace in Stewie's voice,
yeah.
which was fucking great. And then he would like switch it to like Peter Griffin in the middle of it and shit and be like, it was fucking great. Like, I mean, so it was really fun. But like all of the military stuff and family guy stuff, they hit up my guy Russ for
How were the
For, like-
Marines at that event?
huh?
How are you Marines at that event?
How were we?
Yeah.
What do you
Did-
mean?
Did you
We have table manners.
Did you have table manners?
We
That's
did.
what I was asking.
We did have table
Yeah.
manners.
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Because it's not like he just invited a bunch of fucking chuds that he didn't know. He invited like the crew.
Okay.
So it was like, all right. It was like, it wasn't a bunch of idiots. There was one more on there, but yeah.
All right.
A couple, man, there might have been two. Maybe three if I'm counting myself. But we weren't assholes. No.
Okay.
No, we didn't act a fool. We didn't show our asses. And I think that's because
Nobody was naked in the pool.
well, partly, like at the time, I was in charge of all these guys. I was like their
okay.
sergeant, and I was like, "Listen, you're not showing your fucking ass here." But yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. It's interesting day.
Just grab one by the collar, take him over to the corner, and be like, "You wait till we get home."
Yeah, my boys knew not to fuck around. I was a little bit more less on the paperwork side and more on the I'll beat the fuck out of you side. And so, yeah, I would not have been successful in today's military. Apparently, I probably wouldn't have made it to staff sergeant. So,
Well,
Yeah.
we should probably wrap this.
fuck
bitch.
boys. Yeah. I think that's enough. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your
Tell
friends.
your fucking mom's friends. That bitch needs to know. They need to know. There's a shitty little podcast out here with a couple of mediocre fucks on it, and it's called the Freedom Friends.
And we're stewing in our own sweat right now.
We are stewing in our own sweat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna freshen up a little bit before we hit the old debate. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Love you guys and all that shit. But really, it's not hard to exist in a country this great. It's really only takes three things, and they're not hard. Dave,
Oh, that's always smoke on.
you damn right. John,
drink on.
And God damn it, kids,
Freedom the fuck on.
Later.